Hey guys, my name is Joel Williams. I'm an attorney in Kennesaw, Georgia, and today I want to talk to you about personal injury claims involving falling trees or falling tree branches. Watch this video to learn what you need to know to win your case when you've been injured by a falling tree or a falling tree branch. If this video is helpful to you, we'd appreciate it if you'd like it, subscribe to our page, or just let us know in the comments section. Premises liability cases in Georgia often turn on whether the owner or occupier of land has knowledge of the defective hazard on their premises. Premises liability cases in Georgia often succeed or fail based upon whether the person who is injured can prove that the property owner or occupier knew or should have known that there was a hazard on their premises that could hurt someone else. Falling trees and falling tree branches are no exception to this rule. In metropolitan areas, Georgia follows what I like to call the visible right rule. In other words, this means that the property owner or whoever's managing the property has to be able to see visible rot or decay or dead branches on the tree before the law will require them to go out and cut the tree down or remove the branches. The law does not require the property owner or the property manager to inspect the inside of every tree on the property to see if there's decay on the inside of the tree. In other words, there has to be visible damage on the outside of the tree before there's a duty to remove the hazard. Landowners are not held to the same level of responsibility in rural counties and rural areas because, as you can imagine, if there's a dead pine tree in the middle of 500 acres and there's nobody around, the danger that that tree presents is not as much as if it is in a metropolitan area where there are more houses, more people that could be damaged if a tree or limb falls. Two of the most common defenses we see in falling tree limb or tree cases involve assumption of the risk. In other words, this would be a situation where the person who's injured had just as much knowledge that there was a dead tree or a dead tree branch as the property owner, and they still voluntarily came into proximity with that dead tree or that dead limb. Another defense we commonly see is lack of knowledge. The property owner will often deny that they had any knowledge that the tree or the limb was dead or decayed. Because of these common defenses that we often see in falling tree branch cases, it's important for you to contact an attorney as soon as possible so he or she can begin gathering all the evidence that we need to prove your case. This would include documenting the tree, documenting the condition of the tree or the branch before it's disposed of, also contacting any witnesses that may have knowledge of the condition of the tree or knowledge of the fall itself. If you need to contact an attorney today, we encourage you to reach out to us in Kennesaw at our office number 404-389-1035, or you can find us on the web at www.gatrialattorney.com.